Did you know that because of the amount of time we spend in front of screens, it is estimated that half of the world's population may require glasses by 2050? Hello, action taker. Welcome to Live Blissed Out, a podcast where I have inspirational and informational conversations with business owners and subject matter experts to help you get the scoop on a variety of topics. Tired of hesitating or making decisions without having the big picture? Want to be in the know? Then this is the place to go. I'm your host, Marissa Houston, helping you achieve bliss through awareness and action. So let's get to it. In this episode, Jen Steir goes over the process for helping you find the look that is uniquely and authentically yours in her wide selection of uncommonly fresh frames. Jen discovered she had a petite face when she couldn't find interesting glasses that actually fit. She was done spending thousands on huge, ill-fitting frames, then little girl frames, and finally just plain boring ones. Luckily, she had an inside track on the solution. Her dad was an optometrist, so she knew the industry inside and out. In pursuit of frames that dazzled without distracting, Jen hit the eyewear trade show circuit and built a network of independent designers. Before long, she left her high-tech corporate career to pursue her dream full-time, helping others find frames that not only fit, but also light up their inner best. Today, Jen is C.E.S, Chief Eyewear Stylist, and mom of 2 college-bound girls. She loves hiking, bicycling, knitting, traveling, and laughing with family and friends. For more information, visit onyourfaceglasses.com. The information, opinions, and recommendations presented in this podcast are for general information only, and any reliance on the information provided in this podcast is done at your own risk. This podcast should not be considered professional advice. Jen, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Marissa. I'm thrilled to be here.
Yeah, me too. What are we talking about today?
We're talking about how to fulfill your vision through fabulous glasses. And what I mean by that is glasses in the olden days were either black or tortoise, size 47 or 54, square around. And then they moved into, like in the 40s, 50s, more styles. And then the opportunities grew from there to express yourself. 10 years ago, I was working in corporate America, and I was pretty much at the end of my patience with the bureaucracy and that experience. I'd had my fun. And I was also shopping for a new pair of glasses, which I did every year. By then, glasses were fun and pretty and just really interesting and opportunities to express yourself, an accessory on your face, which is where people see you first for most of the time that you're engaging with them. This was one of the first years that I bought a fabulous looking pair of glasses, but they slid down my nose. I couldn't keep them on. And this I was doing year after year. The prior pair of glasses that I had purchased, I had just gotten used to wearing a tether attached to the temple ends to counterbalance it in the back because they wouldn't stay on either. Very, very frustrating. Didn't matter what adjustment the optician made. Either they made them dig into the back of my head, ouch, or they slid down my nose and I was constantly pushing them up. And at this point in my eyewear life, I was asking my friends to help me pick something. I mean, it was a project. And ultimately, I returned that frame. I learned that lots of people were having this issue with fit and the combination of fit and function and fashion. And I returned those glasses and I went to the show and I started my business on your face glasses.
The thing is, it's either not functional or uncomfortable. Nowadays, we look at glasses as part of your dress code. In fact, many people have multiple glasses because they want to wear a certain color with an outfit or whatnot. But when I was growing up, we wanted to avoid glasses because we really didn't have the technology available to make us look good as well as feel good. In fact, it was scary to be told that you had to wear glasses. We've come a long way.
We have absolutely come a long way. Now, you're right. Color, style, shape, feel, vibe give us reason to wear multiple frames on different days or to different events or what have you, because we have this wonderful access to, now more than ever, a beautiful array worldwide of independent eyewear producers, designers, and manufacturers, so that whatever your eyewear dreams are, we can fulfill them. Now, how you get them fulfilled is a whole other thing.
Since glasses now are an extension of you and you want to look good when you're wearing them and you want to feel confident when you're wearing them, it requires decision making because what we're looking for is something that's not going to make us feel good about wearing it, but it also has to function the right way. And that can be frustrating. There's women who like to go shopping and spend hours looking for stuff. And there's women like me who are like, I just need what I need. I want a pair of glasses and I just want it to work. And I think that's your sweet spot. You're able to help people really understand what's going to make them feel good and look good and work well for them without going through hours of frustration trying to make a decision that ultimately you're not even sure about.
I just had a consultation with a new client just before you and I got on this podcast. And she said, last January, I was at the optician. I'd just gotten my eyes examined, had a fresh prescription. And I also had just met with a stylist who said, I'm a summer, but a dark summer. And that means this short list of colors are ideal for me. And she said, I have this round face. And she said, ultimately, what I realized is every year I buy the same glasses. And now with more of a focus on style and on how to look my best, because she was learning more about that, I wanted to do something different and I wanted to play up my physical strength, the more beautiful parts of me, but I didn't know how. And in the shop, I didn't have the help that I needed. And when the stylist told her about me, she said, yes, that's exactly what I need. And I said, you have indeed come to the right place, because what I do is have that conversation about who you are and the you that you want to project that's going to make you feel comfortable in your skin, comfortable in your frames. And obviously, the point of getting glasses typically is to see clearly, although it is true people now wear them just for fashion, even if they don't need a prescription. It's awfully fun. But in most cases, people need to correct their vision and they want to do it in a fill in the blank way for them to be their best them in the world.
Anybody who's experienced going to a store where you buy your glasses, typically what'll happen is after you get your prescription, they will walk you through, I like to call it the gallery of glasses. And the first thing they say is, go ahead and take a look at all the different options and just let us know which one you like. I compare it to like when you go to a shoe store and you have so many shoes, you don't even know where to start. That's how it feels. And then what happens is as they're waiting for you to decide, they're helping another customer. And then you're walking around asking them, can you pull this one out? I want to try this. I want to try this. And it's all on you. You don't have anybody to talk to find out if it looks good. You're just going by your personal opinion. And frankly, I'm not a fashionista, so I don't know what's really nice. So now the onus is on me. And I think what you do is different because you literally help people see what they might not see and give them advice and look at things that they may not be aware to look for, so that by the time they get their glasses, it's the right pair for them all across the board. And it's very personal because you're not in a lobby with 10 other people. It's you having a private consultation to find the pair that's the perfect fit for you.
Yeah, that process that you described makes me think of customer support on chat. It makes me crazy. You tell them what your issue is and they say, okay, gotcha, that's auto. And then you wait. What I do is highly consultative, highly collaborative, 100% focused on my client when we're working together. And there's no pressure to buy within a 30-minute time frame with all these other strangers around. I have a well-defined process that helps people choose the frames that are best going to fit their dimensions first, and second, fit their personal style, their wildest fantasy about who they want to be, however they want to express themselves. I want to help them do that together on Zoom. You can live anywhere in the country and we can do this together. We select frames that you want to try, and then I ship them to you. And before we finish that first Zoom, we schedule a second Zoom for after you've received them. You get to keep them for 7 days. You get to FaceTime or real time with I recommend a very small fashion team of people who know you well. And you don't have to do that at all because that's what I'm here for too. But if you want to get the input of folks who know you, that's a good idea. And then we get back on Zoom. And the last thing I want is for you to be walking around in something that's meh. I want you to love, love, love the glasses that you got from me because they're comfy and you kind of feel like they're not on your face, because you feel like they perfectly reflect who you are, so that when you walk in a room, you just don't have to worry that you're sticking out like a sore thumb or looking weird or whatever. No, you're looking like the person you feel you are. So in that Zoom, we talk about not just the physical characteristics of the frame and how it fits your physical characteristics, but also, does it work for you? How do you feel in it? And if there's the slightest negative grimace on your face or squint in your eye or grunt that comes from you, I'll see and hear it and I'll reflect it back to you. There's no pressure. We take our time so that I know when you make your decision that this is the one that's going to be the slam dunk for you every day you put it on.
And I think it's so important with glasses, even though there are some people that have multiple glasses. Many of us just have a pair. And that's what we wear every day. It's an extension of who we are. And if you're not happy, you're not going to be happy putting it on every single day. And that's a long time to wear a pair of glasses that you don't like.
I think that's absolutely unacceptable. If you didn't like your hairstyle, but you were stuck with the same hairstyle for a year, that's no way to live.
Are you searching for a trusted merchant service provider for your business? SG Associates LLC is your partner for quality payment and merchant service solutions. With over 15 years of experience in credit card processing, SG Associates offers merchants the best pricing, products, and customer service available from a payment and solution service provider. Their number one goal is to save their merchants as much as possible on their credit card processing fees. To learn how they can help you, call 1-800-455-5211 or visit sg-associatesllc.com. Yeah. And this also reminds me of like when you go to a shoe store and sometimes the shoe looks really good. Let's say you didn't even get a chance to try it on, but it's the size, right? And so you just order it and then you take it and you figure, I'm going to break it in. And then it never feels right. Like whenever you walk on that pair of shoes, even though you like it because it makes you look good, it doesn't feel good. We settle for those things. And what you're saying, Jen, is that you are concerned about both. You want people to look good when they put their glasses on, but you also want it to function right so that it's not falling down, so it's not hurting their ears, so it doesn't feel like it's even on there, because that's ultimately the goal, right?
And let's not let this go unsaid also, so that you see as clearly as you expect.
That's a definite given, right? I mean, we have to see with our glasses or else we're in trouble.
Yes.
Unless you're getting a pair just for the look of it. We know some people actually put glasses on just to look good and snazzy, right? Even though they don't need a prescription. But most of us who get glasses, we need to be able to see well.
For sure. I enjoy ensuring all the things. I mean, to such an extent that I take great care ahead of time while we're choosing all of the details of frame and lenses, and then collecting all of the data, the prescription and any other data that you might need, certainly your pupil distance, if we're going to get, technical here. And sometimes there's a little bit more information. I take great care in ensuring that all your numbers are accurate and that what I send to the lab is accurate so that you see as you should see. And then when you get your glasses, I coach you through making any necessary adjustments to make them exactly how they need to fit your head for all the things, for your vision and for your comfort and for your aesthetics. And however many Zooms that takes, because sometimes things do shift or you get clocked by a volleyball or whatever, if it can be adjusted, I'll Zoom you through that and coach you.
Jen, I know that you come from a family of optometrists, so you know your stuff. That's so important, I think, in order to be able to help people. I wanted to cover a few things that I think our listeners are going to want to know. One is, how do they go about getting their prescription? Like, what's the best place to do that with? Do they reach out to you first to get maybe a referral as to where to go? And then the other question I have is relating to cost. Is this covered through their eye insurance, or is this something out of pocket? I'd like to talk more about how we can make this affordable and convenient at the same time.
Beautiful question. First of all, how they engage my services, the process is they come to me before or after they've had their eyes examined. And if they need a doctor, then yes, I will make a recommendation or two to them for someone who is clearly coming from where I come from. Yes, my father was an optometrist. His brother was an optometrist. My mother's brother-in-law, my aunt's, my uncle, the other uncle was an optometrist as well. So I come from all these eye docs, and I worked for my dad for my entire teen years and into my college breaks. I know what an optometrist is, and those are the practices I like to refer people to based on their zip code, what's convenient for them. And then at any stage in the process, they'll make an appointment with me using a link that will also, in the process of making an appointment, ask them a number of questions about their prescription and their intentions for their eyeglasses and more. And then we'll start the Zoom process and the eyeglasses consideration, frame consideration process. As far as insurance is concerned, I am out of network because I am not a doctor and I don't have a doctor working directly with me. So I provide a list of questions to my clients that they can call their insurance providers with. It's a script. And they ask their insurance provider what all of the out-of-network benefits are for them. And the way that works is whatever those benefits are, they'll reimburse the client for every lens feature that they're covered for up to a certain amount that it might cost them, and often for the frame as well, up to a certain amount. So this is like the easiest thing that you can do with insurance. There's an online claim form. When you purchase from me, you get immediately an itemized receipt in your email. You attach that PDF to your claim, and within, I'm not going to make any guarantees about the mail, but it's very quick. A week or two, you get a check. So it's different than my running it through your insurance, but often the cost is comparable.
So really, as long as you've got a recent prescription from your doctor, that's basically what you need to get the process going.
You don't even need that to start the process. Because we're shipping and evaluating on Zoom and then shipping back and all of that, you can select a frame before you get your eyes examined. And then when it's time for your exam, I've got the frame in hand and I've got the measurements that are not your prescription in hand by then as well. And you send me a picture of your prescription and off your frame goes to the lab.
Wow. So you can pre-plan before you even have your prescription. That's amazing. And do this all from the comfort of your home.
You bet.
It's a service that I think is so convenient, especially in today's world. Everybody's busy. And every time we have to do these little things, whether it's get our eyes checked and glasses made up or going to the dentist or doing whatever, it's something that we don't necessarily look forward to. And what you've done is not only made it convenient, but fun.
People tell me that every day. Wow, that was fun. And they sound so surprised. And I think a big reason that people do find it fun, besides that they play such an active role in choosing their glasses, is that I have fun. This business model, which I kind of made up, attracts people, in my experience, who are fun. Like you, Marissa.
And like our listeners, I have a lot of fun listeners.
I'm sure you do, because you attract people who get you and appreciate you.
Yes, exactly. Right. And it's wonderful because I think that we all are looking for that leg up in a lot of the things that we have to do today, with time being so limited. We're so busy with different things, and with all the stuff that has happened in the world now, we're looking for resources that have not been available before. In fact, many businesses have had to change the way they offer things to clients because of what has occurred in our lives recently. And this is just one of those services that I think is going to have longevity because everybody is looking for an opportunity to not have to necessarily leave the house, get in traffic, drive somewhere, schedule an appointment. They can do it all conveniently and have that consultative experience where they're talking to a professional who can really help guide them through the process. And it's also very personal and private, which is another thing that we're not used to in the traditional way that we've been buying our glasses.
I have an exercise that I use if someone doesn't have ready kind of who they want to step out as and how they want to style their look. And it's very simple and very quick, but it gives us a lot of insight into how to proceed and how, even beyond getting their eyeglasses, how they might proceed with their lives and with other shopping that they need to do to otherwise present themselves. That's a lot of fun too.
I love it. That's like a self-assessment so that you really understand yourself. I think it's a 360 approach. I think is so unique, Jen.
Thank you so much, Marissa, for appreciating this different way of doing a centuries-old process.
I always want to give our listeners a new perspective on things, making them aware of services or things that they probably wouldn't even know about or understand. And that's why I just love to have guests like you on the show to talk about these things and give them the option, because many people are doing things the old way because they don't know there's another way, and you're offering that other way.
For sure. And people are pleasantly surprised.
How do they get a hold of you to learn more about what you offer?
I will provide you with a link to schedule, and they can use that link to get on the On Your Face Glasses schedule, and we will Zoom together. They'll immediately get a calendar appointment with a Zoom link in it, and away we go together to start the process. They can also call me if they have questions or email me. My phone number is toll-free 855-432-2452. That's actually 855-4FAB-GLASSES. And my email is Jen, Steir, S like Sam, T like Tom, IER, onyourfaceglasses.com.
So your website is onyourfaceglasses.com?
That's the website. The website has a representative sample, but nowhere near all of the frames that are in the collection that you would see in a consultation.
The website is really just a reference, but the key is to reach out to you to schedule an initial consult so that you can go through how the process works.
Yes, exactly.
Jen, I am so grateful for you being here and sharing this with us.
I'm so grateful. It's been such a thrill to talk with you, Marissa.
Same here, Jen. That's a wrap for this episode of Live Blissed Out. Thanks for listening, and thanks to Jen Steir for joining us on the show. If you have a question or comment for a future episode, all you have to do is go to speakpipe.com/LBOVM or click the link in the show notes to leave a brief audio message. If you find value in our show, please visit liveblисsedout.com to reach out, subscribe, and share on social media. This show is made possible through listeners like you. Thank you. So long for now, and remember to keep moving forward.